Friends, Romans, countrymen, lend me your ear. My name is Dara. This is Dear Hallmark. Whether you stumbled upon or purposefully walked into this video, this is your space to safely, freely, unabashedly, and unapologetically talk about everything and anything to do with the Hallmark channel. Like I said, my name is Dara. Hello, now we're friends, sisters, cousins, however you see fit. Thank you for allowing me into your space. Today, I want to talk about a movie that, how can you lay words to what I'm trying to say? This movie here is titled Sense and Sensibility. And you may be wondering, wait a minute, I've heard that before. Yes, you'd be right, because a young, thriving Jane Austen is who penned the book however many hundreds of years ago, 200 and some odd years ago, and we are all better for it. This month, Hallmark Channel has had a theme for LOVEUARY, and it involved this woman, Jane Austen, right? She's written books, Pride and Prejudice, Northanger Abbey, Emma, Persuasion, and Sense and Sensibility is another one. And first of all, how dare I forget? Happy Black History Month. How could I forget? Happy Black History Month. Do I have a Hallmark? Here's a Hallmark Channel Black History fact for ya. I'm black. I watch Hallmark Channel, so let's make some history. Let's do it. Let's do it. Woo, I need a nap. Okay. Sense and Sensibility. I got my notes here. Okay. Sense and Sensibility. And I'm about to butcher. I'm talking Ginsu up these names, but I need you to be patient with me, okay? Here we go. Eleanor is played by one Deborah Ayorinde. Marianne is played by Bethany Antonia. Edward is played by one Dan Jeanot. Colonel Brandon is played by Akil Largi or Largi. Willoughby is played by Victor Hugo. We have Mary played by Susan Lawson Reynolds. Mrs. Jennings played by, I'm finna go down the whole list. Mrs. Jennings is played by Miss Martina Laird. Sir John Middleton played by Edward Bennett. The irony. Meg, played by Beth Angus. Lucy, played by Victoria Econoye. Anne, played by Anna Crinchlow. John Dashwood, played by Daniel Boyd. Fanny, played by Carlis Pierre. Robert, played by Dimitri Gripari. Mrs. Ferris, played by Carlina Grace Paseda. Thomas, played by Daniel Costello. Henry Dashwood, played by Julian Firth. And the Doctor, played by Gary Palau. This film was produced by, oh yeah, we going there, Jeffrey Beach, producer. Sufo Eftimo, line producer. Edwina Forkin, co-producer. Christina Kambitova, producer. Vanessa Riley, consulting producer. Philip J. Roth, producer. Tia A. Smith, executive producer. Now this name is going to mean something to you when we go into the movie. Music is by Carrie Muzzy. Okay. cinematography, Alexander Krimov, editing, Louis Lamb, casting, Gordon Cowell, production design, Alexei Karaguya, I know I butchered that up, set decoration, Lydia Burakova, costume design, Kara San, makeup department, Kim Kimball. Please come to the front. Kim Kimball. Please come to the front. I didn't know she was on. Y'all, Kim Kimball is a beast. Let me go retrieve my iPad, lest it not be broken. And we're back. Okay, this is actually longer than I thought it was, so I'm not gonna go through everyone. But awards, Trumpet Awards. What else we need? Kids' Choice Awards. What else we need? People's Choice Awards. What else we need? SAG, Grammys, BET, The Source, Essence. What? NAACP. What? Mark Twain. What? Pulitzer Prizes. What? Nobel Peace Prizes. What? What other awards do we need to tell you that this movie was perfection? It was the perfect sip of gelato on a hot day. It was the perfect cup of water on a very, very hot day. It is the perfect glass of lemonade with 3 ice cubes and the perfect sugar to tartness, sweet to tartness ratio on a hot day. It was the perfect hot cocoa bomb on a cold day. That was this movie. It was fantastic. It was fantastic. I wanted it to keep going. I didn't want it to stop. That's the same thing. What else is the same thing? I wanted more. I needed a series. Yeah. The woman who played... Okay. Let's get to some type of literate thought process here. I never read the book, right? Which is funny. I mean, because technically, I have an English degree. And it would behoove me, as one who did a concentration in British literature, to read Jane Austen, but I just didn't feel like it. But this movie made me want to read the book. Y'all, this movie. Having not read the book, what I was able to deduce was that Marion was a sister who was incredibly passionate, one who leaned more on her emotions, whereas Eleanor, as the oldest, she's more pragmatic, she's more logical, she's more the realist, she works with reason. She kind of pushes down her emotions, even though they're there. She knows that she can't practically either live by them or react off of them because of the weight that she feels like she has as the eldest daughter. And I was able to deduce that from the movie. And the fact that it was able to show me that so clearly. And Mr. Janot, he came up in there and said, "What Janot gonna do?" Let me stop. Y'all, the woman who played Eleanor, her name, what was it, Danielle? Deborah Ayorende. Exquisite. That scene where Marianne came in when she found out that homie was engaged to homegirl we don't like, Lucy, right? Was it Lucy? Yeah. They were like, they are engaged to be married. And you knew this whole time and you didn't know. And she just gave that wonderful speech and and then it was also funny when Marianne, were they at Mrs. Ferris's dinner table, and she said something to the effect of like she wouldn't want her stepson to marry anyone beneath her, so there's no way he could have, be it Lucy or Eleanor, because he is to be engaged to Mrs. Morton or whatever. And then Marianne was like, this is the most, like, her reacting off of her feelings again. Oh, you guys, in all seriousness, this movie, I was so proud. My black Hallmark heart, pitter patter, pitter patter, pitter patter. Oh, I cannot wait to show my daughters this movie. If I have daughters one day, prayerfully, when they're of age, I'll be able to show them this movie, and it'll just be so beautiful. It'll be so beautiful. And this was something I talked about in the podcast episode. I don't know when I'm releasing this, so the podcast episode may already be out. It may not. I don't know when I'm releasing them, but I recorded the podcast episode already of my thoughts on An American in Austin, as well as like just a LOVEUARY wrap up. And I wanted to tell you guys here in YouTube land as well a little bit of what I said in the podcast, where this movie made me yearn for there's a type of simplicity, of hospitality and chivalry that this movie made me yearn for in today's day and age. I mean, God bless technology. You know what I mean? God bless it with the advancements in technology and being in the 21st century. But I think that there's something to be had of just sheer beautiful hospitality and chivalry that is so lost in this day and age that, oh my gosh, to be without social media. I mean, granted, there are, of course, benefits. I don't want to knock the connections that have been made through social media. I mean, look at me using a cell phone, loading up this thing onto a website on the internet where millions of people can have access to it. You know, like, there's something to be said for that. But at the same time, I feel like I just yearn for our society to get back to a place where we just treat people right, you know? Where we just treat people with respect, where we just treat people like they're made in the image of God. You know what I mean? And this movie provoked all of that out of me. What can we talk about, Willoughby? Willoughby, you's a smooth operator. He himself all up in there, and then the gauntlet came. Colonel Brandon. You gotta do a little diet shimmy, like Colonel Brandon. Brother. Needless to say, this movie gets 7 crowns. I didn't think we could bust up a 5-crown rating, but this movie done bust up a 5-crown rating. Okay. This movie gets 7 crowns. So let it be written, so let it be done. Okay? I mean, I don't know what you want me to say. This is by far my second favorite Mahogany movie. There is something, and I say it's my second, y'all, because Unthinkably Good Things, I mean, that was lightning in a bottle. Like, you gotta be dang good to like, in my opinion. But like, I mean, and this movie was dang good, but I think it was just something about Unthinkably Good Things that still resonates with me. So that's still my favorite Mahogany movie, but my goodness, this movie was refreshing. My goodness, what a way to, and I knew they was going to end LOVEUARY with a bang. And they ended it with a bang. And it was a Mahogany movie. I'm so happy. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Did I make sense? Did I actually talk in complete sentences? I don't know. I feel like there was just a lot of exclamatory sounds, but I don't know if they actually made sense. So I guess I'll leave it here for you to connect the dots. Take with it what you will, you know. Take with it what you will. But yeah, Sense and Sensibility. If you haven't watched it, you better get out of here and go watch it. I don't even know why you're still watching this video if you haven't even watched it, to be completely honest. I mean, get out of here, okay? Go watch Sense and Sensibility, okay? And come back and let's talk in the comments. Yeah, let's dialogue. Let's see what else is hitting for in the comments, okay? But yeah. That was a lot. I am a lot. I mean, this is Dear Hallmark. This is my first review via YouTube on 2024. And I know we got a lot of new friends from across the land. So, welcome to the shenanigans, yeah. I don't know what to tell you. Welcome to the shenanigans. I hope you enjoyed the Benjamin Ayers interview. That was great. And be sure to subscribe to the podcast companion to this YouTube channel for reviews that you won't see here. Like, I reviewed Paging Mr. Darcy on the podcast, and depending on when this comes out, An American in Austin is already on there or will be on there on the podcast. So you want to make sure you're subscribed to the podcast. And yes, I'm not just a Christmas girl. We finna do this all year round, okay? You got me for winter, spring, summer, June weddings, Christmas in July, fall into love, summer nights, and then we have Christmas again. Yes, that was a horrible accent. We'll go back. We'll circle back with that one. Woo! Corporate jargon gets on my nerves. Here we go. I'm back, and like I said, my name is Dara. This is my third close, and I wish you much love, and I hope you are able to watch a Hallmark movie that you love. Be it a LOVEUARY one. Now we're about to cha-cha slide into spring, so find you a spring. I'm thinking about doing an episode of the podcast where I do my favorite spring movies. That means I gotta go back, way back into the catalog and see all the different spring movies to make sure I've watched enough of them to even do some type of like list, you know? But get out of here, watch the movie. And I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Ciao, my friends.